Morning, top of the morning to you guys. I hope you guys are gonna have an awesome week, and welcome to episode 11 of our new Car Sessions 2023. I've decided to do a very early morning run this day because I've got so much to do, and our load shedding is hitting our office between 8 and 10:30. So I thought I would definitely get an early start in and get to the office before load shedding. So I've got at least an hour or so of work time that I can get in. So now for me it's about 6:30 in the morning here in Cape Town, and I'm ready for my week. I hope you guys are going to have an awesome week, beginning of the week for us, and new opportunities. As always, Mondays bring new opportunities, guys. As I said in my last episode last week, Mondays are the day that I really look at new opportunities, and then I also look at my week before and the things that I accomplished the week before, so that I can just get some vision for the new week and sort of get to know where we're going, and just get some encouragement and inspiration, knowing that we did accomplish things the week before. So just all the best for the week, and looking forward to it. Just some sort of like on lighter note, which is pretty cool, I thought I'd let you guys in on. I started jogging. Oh my gosh, I started jogging. I can't believe it. This is not a New Year's resolution. This is just like, I need to start exercising. Seriously. I've got a bit of a man boop. It is what it is. A dad boop, I'd rather say. And it needs to come down. It really needs to come down. I need to sort it out. And thankfully, my wife came to give me some encouragement the other day, and she's like, babe, when are you going to start jogging again? Because she started to do some exercising. So it's really cool. And I'm using the same method, step by step, day by day method. So it's just it's in the evening when I get home, I jog around the block twice, and I'm going to start off with twice, and I'm going to just increase from there. We live in a circle. Where we live, the houses are built in a circle. So our road is, I'm not going to say the road name, but it's the name and circle. So it's literally in a circle. So it's awesome. I can do a nice jog around the block in a circle, and I do it twice. I don't know how many meters it is, but probably will gauge it sometime, but I've only done it twice. So starting off slow, but this is another venture. I'm like super amped for this thing that I found, really. Like I said in the last episode, it's not something that's like, it's not new. People have understood this process and method for donkey's years, taking things step by step and slow. Woo, that sun is hectic. But I think it's really hit me because I've experienced it, and I've experienced that it works. So I think that's like the main thing. Like, I'm like, okay, this actually does work. So now I'm like, okay, let's do this with everything. It's pretty cool. So started jogging. So stoked. I can feel my legs are just sore. Even just going around the block twice, it's just it's sore. So guys, there is something I want to talk about today, and for being the first day of the week and getting going, I thought I'd chat about something to encourage you and something for you to think about, and that is so the last episode before, when I showed you guys the restaurant I used to work at, and just a few of the things that I learned along the way that has helped me for my business now. Okay, and it's kind of like a theme that I've been honing in on, and that's not being sort of down in the dumps with your job at the moment. If you are in a 9 to 5 and looking to start a business, in the future, and not getting despondent, and just taking in what you're doing now and realizing that these things that you're doing at the moment can actually benefit you for the future. So I learned a lot at that place. It was such a learning curve for me. I matured very quickly working there. I was under a lot of pressure. I had to perform, because if you don't perform, you're not going to make money. As a waiter, it's really on you to work hard on the floor and to give good service, and to if you're not doing it, you're not going to get your reward, because you're working off tips. A majority of the money that you're getting is from tips, so it's really so much on you. At the time, I think when I first started, I didn't even get a salary, as far as I can remember. I didn't. No, I didn't. I would just work off tips, and then I would get a cut of my turnover at the end of the month. The company would give me, the restaurant, hotel would give me a cut, like a percentage of my turnover. And I think it was small. It was like 1%, 1.5% of my turnover. That's what I would get. So it was really just solely tips, so it was all on me how I performed. And if I didn't perform, I wouldn't get tips. People, I know now when I go to a restaurant, I give a percentage. Normally we would give a 10%. That's like your standard, 10% of the bill. But if the person was just, really slack and just wasn't really doing much, I won't give them that. So, that's how it used to happen to me. So I was solely reliant on my own performance. So I had to push, But like I was saying, I learned very quickly, and I matured very quickly at this place. And like I first said in a few episodes before, financial management was one of those things that I learned very quickly, and how I document my turnover for the shift, document my tips, the amount of tips that I would get on that shift. And then I would also document the position of the restaurant that I would work in, and make a comment on how my shift went, so that I can look back and sort of gauge how the same section of the restaurant would be for me sort of the next week, if I get the same section or the later that week, so I can get some sort of idea, so I can prepare myself for what's to come, And like I said in the video that when I filmed the restaurant I showed you, I said that what I would do is I would start to understand the dynamic of people that gravitate to those certain areas of the restaurant, and I would start to gauge on how to manage them, So not only financial management, I would start to understand people skills and how to manage people, and manage situations, whether good or bad, which I now apply to my business now. Okay, and I learned from those times, and I apply it to my business now. For example, with the financial management, I now obviously have an accounting program that I work off. My invoices go through an accounting program. I can look back on sort of when Bob's Plumbers are ordering t-shirts for their staff. They predominantly order in March, and then I can gauge that they predominantly order again in August, and so I can get a gauge on the flow of that specific client, so I know when they're going to need this again. And it's in a similar sense, I did the same with the sections of the restaurant, and I also had regular clients. So I would take note of the regular clients that would come in, what they wanted, their drinks and their food, because normally these people would eat and drink the same, the same stuff. So what I would sometimes do, the very regulars, like the regulars, everyday regulars, I would just I would just bring them there a drink without even going to ask them. So that's the sort of service that I would start giving to these people. And it just guaranteed my tip, and it guaranteed things, Another thing that I started to learn was, like I said, was people skills, understanding different types of people, their dynamic, what they want, their needs, so I could give it to them up front. I would start to realize what people want, as in like a drink and a food. So normally, for instance, people like beer. A good majority of the time they would be drinking beer and eating pizza, or drinking beer and eating or having burgers. Okay, just making an example. So I could, if they would order the beer and then I would come for the food, I would then suggest things to them, in those lines, and sort of start to have a conversation with someone and not let it be a dry, visit, where it's just you come as a waiter, you come to the table, you take down their order and you leave. I started to make an effort to, for them to enjoy the experience, because I found when people started to enjoy the experience, they enjoyed engaging with me more, that my tip would go up, and then I would start to learn how to upsell in that, way, and similarly I do it now, on what a business needs when it comes to their promotional items, the dynamic of the type of business to the type of promotional product that they will need, and what promotional product works for them, because obviously different businesses benefit from different types of promotional products. So if I can give an example, sort of like a quick one off the top of the head, sort of say like your standard like electrical business or like a trades business, like I would just go for like a standard thing for the client, like any business loves mouse pads and mugs and those sort of things, like standard stuff, but then for like an IT business, okay, you would then want to maybe go like USBs, okay, so people would maybe, for the IT guys, if they're giving out gifts, you maybe want to give them a notepad and a USB, a branded notepad and USB that they can give to their clients, because they would normally be dealing with corporate and like office type people, where a guy on the road who's doing electricals, it's easier to give out a mug or a lanyard or a pen, you see. So there's different dynamics of companies, and they would use different promotional products in a different way. And similar how I used to do it then, you would understand different dynamics of people, their different wants and needs, and their different likes of different drinks and foods, and be able to offer it to them up front without them having to tell you what they want. Because people like that as well, when you offer them things and they don't have to tell you what they want. So I started learning things like that. So what I'm really trying to say is there was so much that I learned then that I'm now applying to my business now, okay? And the exact same thing that I'm doing, that I did then, that's applying to me now, that's helping me now, I'm doing the exact same thing with this YouTube channel, okay? And the consistency of me posting these episodes now, and the continual uploading of videos and documenting my service there with the screen printing, embroidery, and vinyl printing. Okay, there is purpose to what I'm doing here as well, and I'll quickly tell you guys. So first of all, I've started to learn how to do graphic design, because I got to do my thumbnails, and also graphic design for the company, all the layouts and the logos and whatever else. I would normally outsource that, okay? And now in the last, I would say 2 years, I've really got much better at it, because I'm pushing into that side of things, and because it's very important for me to know how to do it, okay? So I'm increasing my graphic design skills, okay? That's gonna help me for the future, okay? So the thing that I'm doing now is gonna help me for the future. The thing that I'm learning now is gonna help me for the future. Same as when I was in the restaurant. The stuff that I was learning in the restaurant, financial management, people skills, upselling, understanding people's wants and needs, that's benefiting me now. The same thing as what I'm doing with the channel, okay? Graphic design, one thing. Video and video editing, video recording and video editing, okay, is another thing. At the moment, I'm using Adobe Rush, okay, but then there's Premium Pro. I've got to go up, and I'm gonna go up. But I'm using the Rush at the moment because I'm starting out with video editing, recording myself. I'm not near what I need to be at, but that's fine, because I know that the more I do this thing now is going to benefit me in the future, okay? So it's not a lust, it's not a hassle, even though I'm not good at it. I know I'm not good at it, okay? But I'm getting there, okay? And it's going to help me for the future. So instead of me thinking, this is so difficult, and this is not commission, and I must outsource this, and no, I've got to do it myself. I've got to learn myself, because this is going to help me in 3 years' time, 2 years' time, okay? When the channel has got 1,000 viewers, okay? And the channel, or the 1,000 subscribers, and that's when your channel starts to really increase, okay? And by that time, my videos are going to be good enough visually for not only people that like branding and screen printing and all that good stuff, that people outside of that community will want to watch the videos, okay? I mean, I see these guys that have huge channels, over 100,000 subscribers. Not all of those 100,000 are t-shirt printers, definitely not. They're like aspiring t-shirt printers, or people that just like watching screen printing, okay? And that's really where I want to get to, where I'm attracting people that are sort of outside of the niche of branding and clothing and headwear decoration and all that sort of stuff, because the videos are good. So that's where I'm pushing towards, okay? So I know that I've got to keep doing it consistently now and get much better at it, okay? That when I do reach 1,000 subscriber mark, and a lot more people are watching the videos, that they're enjoying the videos, and there's a lot of different camera angles and visuals, and I'm really explaining myself well, and I'm doing a good job, okay? So if you can see what I'm trying to explain, what's happening now and what I'm doing now is going to benefit my future, okay? Another thing that I want to make mention of is speaking, and speaking clearly. And I do understand I say and ah a lot, okay? But I am conscious of it, and I am trying to, rectify that. And I know in the future, doing these videos more and more and more, that is going to change, and that's going to definitely eventually go away. But I have to do it over and over and over, okay? I have to post basically every day. I have to make these videos basically every day and be posting every day for me to get better at what I'm doing, and for these things to go away, the ums and the ahs to go away, to iron out, these things that I'm not doing well, and I understand that. So I'm applying what I learned back then, and what what I learned as in the restaurant and as a waiter, and all the benefits that I learned then. I'm now applying it and using it, and the same thing that I'm doing with the channel now is I'm consistently posting. I'm learning how to the video editing. I'm increasing my my skills in graphic design. I'm increasing my skills in talking and storytelling. Very important for social media, storytelling, okay? So all of these things I'm going to start getting better at, and I will eventually start to capitalize on my consistency in the future, okay? And that is super, super important, okay? And I know this dynamic. I know how this all works because I've been through this before. So I've been in the time where I was a learner waiter, and I was learning, okay? But then by the time I got 2 years into waitering, I was fluent and I knew my craft so well, and I was going, and I was doing so well, and my tips were coming in so very well. And the same thing will happen with the channel. Exactly the same dynamic, okay? And it's really exciting, and it's really awesome. So guys, I want to end off the episode with that thought in mind. And I'm going to keep speaking about this because this is so important for you guys. I hear so much, and people talk, I'm in a 9 to 5, but I want to start a business. I want to start a brand, but I'm stuck in a 9 to 5. Okay, fine, you're stuck in a 9 to 5, that's fine. Let's look at the benefits that you are acquiring through the 9 to 5, and stop looking at the negative side of things and, oh, woe is me, my life sucks, I'm not where I want to be, and all that other nonsense, okay? Let's look at the things that you are benefiting through being at the 9 to 5, and start using that to your advantage. Use that to your advantage. Like I learned back then when I was a waiter, I was gonna learn a lot of new things and a lot of good things and mature in such a good way, and I've used it to my advantage in my business now. And the same thing is what I'm doing with the channel, and filming myself and my speech, and just getting better at delivering my videos. So guys, that is what I want to chat to you guys about. I hope you have an awesome Monday, amazing week ahead of you, and I will see you tomorrow on episode 12 of Car Sessions 2023. Cheers.